This blade saved lives today, but it still carries in it the life it took. This blade killed my son. In ancient Japan, in a mist-covered valley where mountains swallowed the sunrise, there lived a samurai whose presence unsettled even the bravest warriors. His name was Hiroshi Takeda, a man known not for the lives he took, but for the blade he refused to unsheath. He walked like someone carved from quiet thunder, controlled, cold, unshakable. His silence felt heavier than steel, and people invented nightmares to explain it. Some swore he once defeated 10 men with a single movement. Others believed he held a forbidden technique that could split a man's spirit from his body. But the truth was darker than any rumor, and no one knew it. Not yet. Part 1. Hiroshi lived in a small house at the edge of the village where bamboo trees whispered in the night. Every morning he performed the same ritual. He meditated before dawn, cleaned his blade without ever drawing it, drank tea in absolute silence, then trained until his breath became as steady as river stone. The villagers watched from afar. They respected him, but beneath their respect was a quiet fear. Not because of violence, but because they couldn't understand him. A man who mastered himself so thoroughly made others uncomfortable. A man who never showed anger or confusion felt unnatural, almost inhuman. Part 2. One evening, a 17-year-old boy named Kai approached Hiroshi. Kai was small, thin, constantly bullied by other boys who wanted to toughen themselves by tormenting someone weaker. Kai bowed deeply. "Master Takeda, please train me." Hiroshi stared at him for a long moment, reading the boy's trembling eyes. Finally, he spoke. "If you stay, you obey. You will learn discipline before technique, and you will not question my methods." Kai agreed. His training began the next morning. But unlike other masters, Hiroshi didn't teach sword strikes, footwork, or battle forms. Instead, he taught silent walking, cold river meditation, breath counting, emotional regulation, hours of stillness, patience that stretched like eternity. Kai obeyed, even though frustration often burned his throat. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. And in all that time, he never saw Hiroshi draw his sword. But every night, at the exact same moment before moonrise, Hiroshi walked alone to a quiet altar hidden behind the training grounds. He knelt. He placed one trembling hand on the hilt of the blade. Then he simply stayed there, frozen, breathing hard, and left without a word. Kai began to wonder, why does a man fear the weapon he carries every day? Heard of you, the samurai who never draws his blade. Tell me, is it because you have forgotten how to fight, or because you're hiding something? Hiroshi did not move. He did not answer. This irritated the general. "I challenge you to a duel. If you refuse, I burn this village to ash." The villagers begged Hiroshi to accept. Kai begged him to fight. Hiroshi bowed once. "I refuse." The general's face darkened. "Then I will make an example of you." He attacked. Hiroshi moved like a whisper, soft, fluid, deadly in precision. He deflected every attack without touching his sword, using only footwork, timing, and nonviolent redirection. To the villagers, it looked like magic. To Kai, it looked like a man desperately avoiding something. When the general finally collapsed in exhaustion, Hiroshi let him go instead of finishing him. The entire valley whispered, "What kind of samurai refuses victory?" Part 4. That night, Kai stormed into the old dojo. "Master, why? Why won't you fight? Why won't you draw your sword? What are you hiding from me?" Hiroshi froze. For the first time since Kai met him, he looked afraid. After a long silence, he finally spoke. "Come with me." He led Kai to the shrine he visited every night. There, under the pale moonlight, Hiroshi knelt beside his sheathed blade. "I once served in a war," he began quietly. "I was younger, proud, confident in my skill. One night our enemies attacked a village. Houses burned, smoke devoured the sky." His voice cracked slightly. "I entered a home searching for survivors. Through the flames, someone ran toward me. I saw a shape, a blur, a movement. I reacted without thought. His breath shattered. When the smoke cleared, I saw the face. Kai felt his stomach twist. "It was my son," Hiroshi whispered. He had run toward me, to embrace me. A long, suffocating quiet settled between them. I killed him with this blade, my own hands, my own pride, my own reflex. Kai felt tears sting his eyes. Hiroshi continued, voice trembling. "I swore that day this sword would never take another life. That is why I carry it. Not as a weapon, but as a punishment." The mystery, the fear, the silence, all of it came from guilt deeper than the ocean. Part 5. Just as Kai processed the truth, they heard screams echo through the village. General Masanori had returned, this time with a full battalion. "Bring me the samurai," he shouted, "or I drown this valley in fire." Kai looked at Hiroshi in terror. "You have to fight him," Kai whispered. "If not for yourself, for the people." Hiroshi closed his eyes. "I will never draw this sword." "Then we all die," Kai cried. "Discipline," Hiroshi said softly, "is choosing the weight you will carry for the rest of your life." He walked out to face the general. Part 6. The general charged, blade flashing. Hiroshi dodged, redirected, survived. But this time something changed. The general wasn't alone. His soldiers surrounded the villagers with torches. One wrong move and the entire valley would burn. Kai screamed, "Master, please!" Hiroshi looked at Kai, and then at the villagers who trusted him, and then at the sword he vowed never to draw. The weight of 10 years crushed him. Slowly, painfully, he placed his hand on the hilt. For a hot beat he froze, fighting himself, memories ripping him apart, his child's face flashing in the flames. Then he whispered, "I failed once, I will not fail again." With a single fluid motion, he drew the blade. The sound of steel rang across the valley like thunder. The soldiers froze. The general stepped back in fear. Even the wind stopped. Hiroshi's discipline shattered and transformed, not into violence, but into purpose. He struck, not to kill, but to disable, disarm, and dismantle every soldier with impossible precision. Each movement was a cry of regret, a vow carved into motion. Within minutes, the general lay defeated. The army fled, but Hiroshi didn't celebrate. He fell to his knees, gripping the sword with shaking hands. The villagers praised him. Kai hugged him, but Hiroshi whispered, "This blade saved lives today, but it still carries the life it took." He stood, sheathed the sword for the last time, and handed it to Kai. "You will carry what I could not," he said. "Not the weapon, but the discipline to never become the man I once was." Hiroshi left the valley at dawn, walking alone into the mountains. The villagers never saw him again, but the legend remained. The strongest samurai was not the one who struck hardest, but the one who spent his life mastering the power he refused to use. Samurai believed, the man who conquers himself is more powerful than the man who conquers 1,000 enemies. A person with self-control scares the undisciplined. This is Grey Knowledge. See you in our next video.